Hello and welcome to another episode of the Fourth Down Fiasco, your go-to podcast for all things football. Daniel, I love that you are mocking me right now. Well, not mocking me, but you're doing the words with me. Everyone, I hope, you know what, if you're listening on Spotify, go check out the YouTube version today. I feel like YouTube's the place to be. We'd appreciate some additional views on the tube. You know, it's better than extra views on the hub. But with me, as always, is the one and only Danny Weber. How are you, Daniel?
Oh, I'm good. I mean, it could be better. We had some disappointing football, but it's football.
But it's football. And I feel like you and I haven't been on a show together in a couple of weeks. We've kind of been two ships passing in the night.
Yeah, we've kind of missed each other, just out of reach.
Daniel and I were talking about it right before the show, but I will be moving back to Colorado very soon and will be about a 15-minute drive away from Danny. And so hopefully we can also up the quality of some of our content as well. So because I can do the video stuff. Danny's definitely the better graphic designer, 1000%.
Maybe we could do another show outside the podcast.
Ooh. Yeah, because the last thing the world needs is for us to just keep talking.
No, I know exactly. Who doesn't love us talking? I know Chris and I know Matt and Chris Tebb does.
Hey, there are at least enough people that consistently watch us week to week where we feel as though we need to keep going. Enough people text us and are like, hey, where's the episode when we're late on it? That, you know what, we're just going to keep talking.
It's like talking in front of a ballroom, like during a conference. Like that's what we get about each week. It's like we just fill a conference room up and just talk about football.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. And
some people don't like the takes, but some people do like the takes. And
there are some people definitely in the background just being like, boo, you suck.
Man. Well, let's dive into the games from this past week where we learned absolutely nothing. Paris Muskateers venture out to the Nordic Storm, a game in Copenhagen. The Storm's jerseys, is that what that face is for?
No, we learned one thing.
What did we learn?
Paris is not as good as we thought.
Yes, yeah. Well, that's kind of been the downward slope that we've been viewing, honestly, since week one.
Yeah.
It was ugly. Every phase of the ball was atrocious.
Yeah, it was bad.
And this does not look like a team that is coached by a former, technically Super Bowl winning coach. Yeah. Jack Del Rio.
Yeah, no, this team looks lifeless. You cannot get anything going on offense. Your defense is nothing. You can't stop anything. Yeah, I don't know. But Nordic Storm jerseys, as you were mentioning, were pretty sick.
Yeah. My one critique is I do wish they would use a different shade of blue, specifically for those jerseys, because it is hard, at least on my eyes. Granted, I have bad vision. But yes, for us vision impaired individuals, it is a little hard on the eyes.
No, yeah. So before those were even released, I was messing around with jersey stuff beforehand, just before the season, because I get bored and I like designing stuff. And I heard rumors of a gray Nordic Storm jersey coming about. So I decided to throw my own together. And I threw out, I guess I don't have a background on this, but use their navy color as the base. But I didn't go with the navy number. I have a glare. But I got all the navy with the gray, a little white.
Yeah.
It's like that would look better.
And, if you still want, because I understand that, like, part of the thing is that the numbers, if you look at them just right, they're supposed to pop. Like, it's like a neon, it makes it almost like a neon blue. So, like, you can still do that as, like, maybe the outline, on some different things. But, yeah, I feel like the base blue for those gray jerseys do need to be more of a navy, for sure. For those of us with vision impairment, please and thanks.
Vision impairment. Or you could just go all black. That would look kind of sick.
I feel like then we really start to feel like the the old all black Detroit Lions.
So you don't want to go white out either?
Okay, but I'm always a sucker for a good whiteout.
That
Danny's just over here just throwing out just banger jerseys.
You have
Hire
jersey.
Danny. That's what I'll say. Hire Danny.
At K-Pro, bring me in. I'll be your EFA/AFLE jersey correspondent.
Oh God! All right, I'm gonna rein us back in. That's how you know that this was not a good set of games from this week. Is starting off early, starting off hot and strong. There we go. But yeah, Paris ventures out to Copenhagen. It was not a pretty game. Yeah, Danny, you were talking about it exactly how it was. Of Paris is not nearly as good as we thought they were going to be going into this season. Are very fortunate that win over Frankfurt looks a lot bigger now to start the season. Because if they lose this game, then we're talking about them, there is a world where, you let a game slip here and there where you could not make the playoffs. And it's just sad to see.
Yeah. But in the words of our missing correspondent, Tanner Vinsky, they were, quote, underprepared for their opponent, zero offensive creativity, and horrific at creating any type of running scheme. Mm-hmm. Same issues he had in the NFL too. This is, quote, this is his take on Jack Del Rio.
Yes.
And that's technically why Tanner said he fizzled out in the NFL and had to come to Europe.
Yeah. I mean, when the Del Rio signing first happened, I honestly was surprised to find out that, he wasn't the head coach, but I was surprised to find out that he had a Super Bowl ring. I as a youngin, whatever. But I remember growing up like that wasn't like that wasn't someone that I was hoping that the Cowboys were going to hire as their head coach. Now, whenever he gets signed on to a European team, I had that thought. Then I was like, regardless of how it fizzles out, this is a huge thing for, at the time, the European League of Football, but now the European Football Alliance. And yeah, I didn't realize that the same issues that he had as a head coach in the NFL would be kind of exposed.
Me neither. I didn't expect. I mean, I didn't. So let me rephrase. You could expect it against coaches that also coached at the highest level of football. John Shoup did. He's played other teams that had coaches coach in the NFL. And those coaches can expose him because they know his tendencies. But then you get some of the other coaches that are not NFL coaches, and he can take advantage of them.
Well, but I think about Kendrell Ellison. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but he doesn't have any type of NFL experience.
I believe you are correct, but I'm going to fact check it.
And if I do remember correct, I don't think that he coached D1 ball either. Finding this out in real time, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. No, I think most of his coaching has been overseas.
That's what I thought. Yeah, so to me, what has been a surprise, and we learn stuff every year that we're a part of these leagues and that we continue to cover them. But yeah, I was with you in thinking that, okay, let's call them homegrown coaches almost. These guys who have been part of these European systems for a really long time would be able to get the best of Jack Del Rio. And I know in this particular game, that's not the case, but we did just also see a Munich team dismantle the Paris Muskateers as well. And I am worried for this Paris squad. And it does suck. We've talked about it plenty of times of, is it that this Paris team is that bad, or did we really just screw things up by slicing the league in half?
I think we screwed things up that bad by slicing the league in half. And,
oh, my goodness.
I was listening to the EFA show today, and shout out them for shouting out us. Yes. And they basically quoted what I believe it was Tanner said it on how it sucks that Prague kind of has to go swim with the Sharks because we just did cut the league like right in half.
Yeah.
And even though they were good, like they were good last year, but they ended up right at that bottom of the cut line. And now they're not bad. They're just not great.
Yeah. And, I know that we've only been covering the EFA this season, but I have, at least been keeping up with the AFLE. And it's frustrating to see these teams that were part of the ELF last season that I'm like, y'all would, I watch Wroclaw, and I do think that they would at least be a formidable enough opponent in the EFA. I think that Wroclaw,
all the extra imports.
Yeah, honestly, I could see Wroclaw giving a team like Paris, a run for their money with the decline that they're currently on.
With their offense is doing great.
Yeah, and obviously we know that Vienna is a juggernaut, and yeah, oh man, it's just. I do think that this Paris team is definitely on a down year, but this down year that they're on couldn't have come at a worse time with the current landscape of European American football.
They could, if they set it up correctly, they could be competing for a ring, but they kind of swung and whiffed for the American baseball players out there. But yeah, I mean, I say it, I think almost every episode, but I just wish I could see Rhine and Vienna and even Wroclaw. I mean, import rules are different, yes.
Yeah, but Rhine's another one.
Munich and Nordic and Paris and even Frankfurt. It's like, I just wish we could see it.
Yeah, the thing that was so great about last season was there was a kind of a sweet spot, if you will, of teams and talent where, yes, we did have some issues with some teams at the bottom.
And that's sports.
That's sports, and we have proposed changes that could potentially help them in the future, which should be considered. But yeah, watching all of these new teams on the AFLE side just come in and crumble while I'm watching teams that I know historically can at least put up a fight, and we're feeling it in both leagues, and it's just frustrating because it's us as the viewers who are suffering. Like this Paris loss to Nordic wouldn't feel quite as bad if we knew that there were, other teams that could really it's a 2-horse race in the EFA right now. It is going to be in both leagues. Yeah. And with Vienna being the runaway favorite in theirs. And it's just not good. It's just not good as a product, and it's frustrating. And anytime we mention it, we always get texts and shit or DMs of
I hate, it's like being over on this side of the pond already. Our politics is already just screwed. Oh and we're not going to get into it. But that's how the EFA and the AFLA feels with their supporters. Yeah. It is no middle. It is you are this or to that. And I'm like, why can't we all fight for the same thing, just unification? It's okay,
we just want some good football.
Yeah, like Vienna can be really fucking good, but so can Nordic and Munich. Why can't we see them play against each other?
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, and we've gone so tangential.
And that is fine.
Whatever. At the end of the day, whenever Vienna has their ring and one of either Nordic or Munich has their ring, I'm gonna look at it and say, "Cool." Between the two winners, I want that game.
We all do.
And if you don't give me that game, then I'm not going to consider anybody a champion of anything. I'm sorry.
And even if you do give them that game, there's going to be a reason for the other team to lose. Like if Nordic wins the EFA and Vienna wins the AFLE, then Vienna goes and stomps Nordic. Then it'd be like, well, they had 4 extra imports and an I import.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Hey, they were in a lesser league. They weren't getting beat up constantly. They say something like that. But then, on the flip side, I don't even want to get on to the flip side. Yeah, just there would be an excuse. There would be implications, and that's the problem. And why it won't happen is because whichever team does actually win that game, they are the true champion of Europe. And then that whoever is the owner / board of said league is going to have all the leverage and everything, and that's what we're struggling with, is the politics of it all.
They created the ELF because of how many leagues there were in Europe, because every team said that they were the champion of Europe. So they created a Super League. Now we had a true champion of Europe. Now, and we weren't even there at the existence of the ELF, but now it feels like we're right back into it, saying now we have 2 leagues and who's the real champion?
Yes. And it's like how they're reinventing cable with all of the streaming services. Like, eventually we're all just going to get back to this place where it'll be 2-3 years from now. They're going to rebrand the ELF to whatever new alphabet soup and restart the clock. And it's going to be like, look at this same thing.
I may be an outlier here, but I would be perfectly fine. Yet people are just going to hate this idea, but I would be perfectly fine when the ELF goes through their whole lawsuit thing or whatever their court stuff is still going. When they have to dissolve and the name pops back up to be legal, do it.
Do it.
Merge the leagues and call it the ELF again. You could have a little blip in your history of a split league. The NFL started that way. But you have the history of the ELF for the 5 years. Then you have a little split year. Then bring back the ELF.
And you know what opening game should be? It should be
the 2 champions.
The 2 champions. And that's how you start the season. And it will be a bloodbath. And it will be beautiful. And we'll all be happy. And you'll have great viewership. And you'll make more money that way. So the other game on the docket.
You wonder why we're like FDF was like one of the only media people that didn't get signed to a league?
That's probably why. Okay, I'm sorry. I am across the pond. I go unfiltered. I do this shit for free. So yeah, I'm gonna tell it how it is.
Yeah.
Other
Nordic
game this week. This was a little bit better.
Sorry. I'm going to say a couple of things real quick. Nordic Storm looked really good. Bolio, Offensive Player of the Year. He's balling out. Clark, back to MVP form. Frankfurt
Domination.
Yeah.
They look great.
Now Frankfurt Prague.
Yeah, this game was at least a little bit better, but I mean, not really. Prague loses in Frankfurt 18-31. It's the same kind of story that we've been seeing. Willie Patterson is one hell of a player.
It should have been closer, but you had 12 men on a punt return. So
yeah. But that's pretty much it. Is Prague continues to they just don't have the talent. They don't have the size. And it really does feel like the Willie P fantasy football show. And
I'm going to just rip off exactly what Matt said in the EFA show that I watched today. Luckily, in the EFA or the European football sphere, if you have a bad year, it can only sometimes last a year. Where in the NFL, if you're bad, you're kind of screwed for many years.
Sure.
So Paris and Prague and Tyrol, they really could just blow it up completely and not even care about the rest of this year and look forward to 27.
Sure.
Because Matt was talking about, Chris asked Matt what imports Prague should even keep. And he's like, there's 2. Get rid of everyone else. And it's your 2 offensive ones.
Yep.
And maybe it wasn't exactly that, but for the most part, it's like, just blow it up. Like, you have the homegrowns that you already know. Keep those. Go get better imports.
And, I have to believe that there are some sort of large, swole wrestling men in Czechia that you can teach footwork to over a summer that can do a better job.
Yeah, I don't know.
There has to be some sort of an alternative. And that's not just for Prague. It's for a lot of these teams. Like, there's got to be some sort of you can find rugby players and find something,
And this is where the idea Tanner, I think it was Tanner as well. I think Tanner and Matt maybe brainstormed it together.
Oh yeah, with the extra tags.
Give the bottom team extra imports.
Yeah.
Just help them, and that'll help close the parity because, yes, there are certain countries that are just developmentally behind. Like, it happens. Like, Germany is always going to have a better talent pool than that whole eastern region of Europe. It's just facts.
It's just facts.
So, I don't
know. But, I mean, I really don't want to get too much into the games. We've really, besides just the quick critique, we never actually got into the Nordic game. We just said
it was one-sided. It was 20-0 after the first quarter. Like,
yeah, and the Frankfurt game kind of feels the same. Obviously, the end score isn't quite as egregious, but Frankfurt jumped on them very quickly. You know, it was 28-6 at half, and you never really felt like. I mean, Frankfurt really played a lot of like prevent, you know, after a while of just like, okay, we'll let you gouge us, but we won't let you score, you know, a bunch of touchdowns kind of thing.
Yeah. But one thing I want to say about Frankfurt, I'm not fully impressed with Garbers.
Neither am I.
I expected a lot more. I compared him to Russell Tabor when he first into week 1.
You did.
I did. It didn't feel like a stretch.
Hey, I want to just real quick. I want to shout out Danny because most men are never willing to say that they were wrong. And I appreciate you, Daniel. That is real journalism right there.
It didn't feel like a stretch because we had the hype of him coming in. He was going to Madrid. We knew how Madrid worked with QBs and stuff. Went to Frankfurt. And it must be just a Frankfurt curse where they just anything they touch is just average. Not bad, just average.
Yeah.
They always have very high expectations, it seems, coming into any season we've covered. And they just finish 500.
Yeah.
But it's like you bring in this quarterback who should be really good. He was very hyped. I think Bresenton put him as an MVP candidate. And he's just here.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, he hasn't thrown an interception, but he only has 7 passing touchdowns. He's only averaging 7.8 yards a pass. He has a 61% completion percentage.
He's struggling with that deep ball, too.
Yeah. And it's like, brother, like, just get college out of your head and just go back to high school. Play how you played in high school because you'd probably be a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that there is an aspect to that with the quarterbacks in this league of like, the ones who are more willing to just play backyard football normally are your better quarterbacks. Yeah. Take off and run when you need to take off and run. If there's an awkward shovel pass you need to do, just go do it, you know, like if you screw up, you dust it off, you say, oh, well, I got to go score next drive. Like
literally how Russell Tabor plays. And I mean, obviously our 2 MVP candidates now, Clark and Tabor, are very drastically different players, but one has been in Europe for the last, what feels like a decade. Tabor's been here for a year and a half.
And there was also earlier in Clark's career, more of a backyard football field. He's just he has longevity and such great chemistry with the guys that he's been around because he's been around them for several years now. But there was definitely some fucking football with him for a while too.
Oh yeah,
and it was incredible to watch.
What someone posted a clip the other day. They're like, and I think I commented on it. It was just like Clark just chucking deep balls into double, triple coverage for no reason, but they still come down with it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like how like. What are you doing, dude? It's like, he'll either throw a pick and rely on his defense, or the ball gets batted down and he throws it again.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Garbers doesn't have a bow.
No, but Easton is still good. He's
still good.
They're just Bo and Easton are different, but you can still chuck it up to Easton. He's fast as shit.
Sure. But yeah, no, it's been frustrating with the Garbers because, you know, I've talked about it before on the show of like he has the intangibles. Like if you were to give me because he's what, 22, 23, right? Like he very young. If you were to just say, hey, here's a quarterback that you can go do damage with in a European league, what does he look like? I'd be like, dude, give me a young, relatively athletic kid with a cannon for an arm. And we'd have a great time. And I do think part of the problem has been the cannon of the arm has been a little too strong this season.
Wide receivers are not used to it.
Yeah, dude. You're not throwing to guys who run 4.3s anymore. Like.
Does Frankfurt have a jugs machine?
Do they have a what?
A jugs machine.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
If not, they should get one and just crank that shit up.
Yeah.
Because, Garber isn't going to change his passing style this late in his career. Just learn how to catch a ball.
Yeah.
If it hits you in the hands, catch it.
Yeah. No matter how high you got to jump, if you get fingers on the ball, you should catch it.
I've seen passes right here, and they just go because he throws it 100 miles an hour.
Yeah. So, part of the struggles too definitely isn't on him, but you have to make the adjustment. Like obviously balls going right through receivers' hands, you can't make adjustments for. But a lot of these deep balls,
crank it down a little bit.
Yeah, dude, you've got to find that. You got to figure it out because. He definitely, again, he has the arm, he has the legs, he has the mobility, and he has the size in this league for sure. Like he runs over guys, and it's really funny because it looks like watching like a teenage boy like who hasn't like grown into his body yet, just like figure out, oh, I'm strong, but yeah, we still didn't really learn a ton.
No,
we haven't learned a ton.
But awards, and then we can learn some stuff next week.
Yes, and then we can speculate because next week, I swear to God, if next week's games aren't good,
it's going to be FDF EFA history. The first time the three of us have picked a single different pick'em.
This is true, which is wild.
So I haven't been very good on my graphics, but I'm going to be posting one. Because it's different.
Sure.
For the first time. It only took 7 weeks.
All right, let's
same record.
I want to talk about the games. Let's roll through these awards real quick because I don't think that they're super surprising awards. Do you want to start off with whatchamacallit, Big Dog for us?
Dog. Yeah, let me pull up his stats. Big Dog back on the Nordic Storm train, I think for the 4th time in 5 weeks. Which, hey, if you're going to win, you're going to win, yeah. But Mr. Clark, we just talked about him.
Yeah.
Chuck it up and hope for the best, and that's kind of what he did. 452 yards on 21 attempts. And
6 touchdowns. Yeah.
But not a perfect passer rating, only a 152-1.
Yeah, come on. What are we doing, Jadrian? Do better.
Come on.
Yeah. And it took you this long to win this award. Come on, Jadrian. What are we doing?
Well, he might have won it a couple weeks ago. I don't remember anymore.
What are we doing? What's going on?
He better. You should win it every week.
Yeah, there's definitely been some weeks where we've talked ourselves out of it just because it's too easy, especially like because the 3 best players in this league are him, Tunga, and Bo.
And Tabor. Tunga, we haven't even really talked about much. He's just kind of there.
True, yeah. No, he's gotten a Big Dog award from us as well.
Yeah, he has one.
Yeah, he has one.
But we haven't even looked like he is.
Bo has one, and now Jadrian has one.
Yeah, but we haven't really talked about Glenn, even though he has. Holy cow! His stat line is weird. 620 yards. Mm-hmm. Second closest is 311.
Yeah, no, he's on an island right now.
However, he has 107 attempts, whereas Justin Rodney has 49. And Rodney has 5 touchdowns to Tunga's 7.
Interesting. They're just so ground and pound with him right now. You can also tell that he's just not as fast,
He's coming back from injury. And
and
why use him that much?
And because it was his Achilles, correct? Yeah. Like I remember that correctly. Yeah, dude, in Achilles, you lose speed after an Achilles. That is not one that – it's not like ACLs where guys come back and they're good as new. And Achilles is still kind of – when you get that, if you come back to even 90% of what you were, that's a win. And which I would say he's probably about 90% of what he is. And, He hits people hard as shit, still stiff arms them into the ground, dribbles them like a basketball. He just doesn't have the speed now of after he does that, he can't go, hit another 20 yards, blow by somebody and score a tutty,
Yeah.
But he's been a workhorse, and they do not get him behind the line very often.
Agreed.
But yeah, going back to our winner, Jadrian. Yeah, no surprise.
Nope.
Crazy stat line, almost 500 yards, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions, no fumbles, made it look easy.
Clinical.
Surgical, yes, all
Yep.
the things.
Unsung.
I am excited for our unsung. We are giving it to Myron.
Ludwig Myron.
Yes, Ludwig Myron of the Nordic Storm. You're seeing a pattern here.
Good teams win awards.
Dude, great defense, man. Obviously had the 1 interception, but Tanner said it best in our chat of it was really like 1.5 because that tipped ball to interception was because of him and his coverage.
Yeah. So 1.5. Count tipped interceptions as a half.
Yeah.
But then he was all over the field anyways. He had 9 tackles.
Yeah. And tackles that were only for like a yard or 2 kind of thing. And yeah, dude was just all over the place. Looked great.
Yeah.
Whole team looks great.
What's the thing? It's like meat good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. That's Nordic good.
Nordic good.
Defense good. Offense good. Coach good. You know who coach bad? The Paris Muskateers. Coach Del Rio is, in fact, our Mr. Fiasco, our first non-player. We're going to do our best to keep it as players moving forward, but
we've kind of got yelled at a little bit, singling certain players out on defenses when the whole defense is bad. And in this case, the whole team is bad.
The whole team was bad. And, this one did really feel like a Del Rio just stinker. The offense was flat. The offense looked exactly how the offense looked against Munich. And honestly, even a little bit worse. And what this Nordic team can do. And it was just a lot of bland packaging. And yeah, defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. I get that this is the best, arguably the best offense in the league, but it couldn't stop a nosebleed, And I feel like just after the way things have looked for Paris, like you knew that this was going to be a tough game, and for y'all to come out flat like that, first drive was good. Defense got a stop. They kind of got lucky that a ball was dropped, but the fact that there was zero capitalizing on that moving forward, everything just fell apart after that. It was there, and then it wasn't.
It was there, and then it wasn't. But now, those are awards. Jack, congrats being the first non-player.
And, I don't feel bad about giving Jack Del Rio the award because he's been in the NFL news cycle. He won't even see these comments.
So he'll see it. He'll be fine. Hopefully he likes it.
That would be hilarious. Like he has heard the amount of stuff I'm sure a gentleman like Stephen A. Smith has probably said about Jack Del Rio. There is nothing that will shake this man. Yeah. So for those of y'all who are going to jump up in the comments and are like, this is a mean award, I promise you Jack Del Rio has not lost a moment of sleep off of it.
Let's bring this back up. The people in the freaking comments this year, guys, this award last year, we had players messaging us about not wanting this award, thinking about this award during games. Everybody in the comments laughing and having fun when we posted this award. These aren't serious awards.
Yes.
It's supposed to be a joke.
Take a page out of DJ Iron's book. If we're talking about the best Mr. Fiasco, exquisite. Did a great job of it. Really leaned in.
These jokes are funny. You played a bad game. Whoop-de-doo. You are a professional. Play better next game. It's not hard. It's a freaking joke. Stop coming crying in our comment section about it. or DMing us paragraphs about why this player didn't deserve it. Who cares?
Or play better.
Play better.
It's like the whole bat flipping rule in baseball, of like, dude, if you don't want someone to bat flip in your home stadium, don't throw a meatball across the center of the plate.
And if you don't want to be Mr. Fiasco, play better or don't play at all. I know you guys aren't getting paid much, but still, you're doing it for the love of the game. We're doing this because it's fun. You're making more money than us.
Yeah, we really do it for the love of the game. Bitch, we're broke.
We do awards because it's fun.
We do awards because it's fun. And what should be fun is next week's slate of games. It feels like we're finally getting the correct weight classes against each other.
Exact weight classes. One team's going to walk out with a win. One team's going to walk out with a loss. In the first game, someone's going to get their first win. In the second game, someone's going to get their first loss.
Yep, and it's going to be a great time. So, Danny, I will say just real quick before we dive into these, I do have to step away. So I'm going to let you start on the Prague Lions Tyrol Raiders.
Okay. Bye. Prague and Tyrol. So, yeah, like I just said, both teams yet to win a game. Prague coming off a brutal game where Tyrol's coming off of a bye week. I think this is going to be it's going to obviously be a very good indicator of where these two teams are competitively. We haven't really seen them play well. Tyrol had expectations, and they're sitting at 0-4. Scored 68 points, and I think 30 of those were in week one. Giving up 142. And Prague, nowhere better. 67 total points, giving up 193. And yeah, Prague had played Nordic twice already, so their numbers are inflated. But I just want a good game. I mean, back and forth would be great. I don't want this to be a blowout because that would be bad for league as a whole and whatever team is on the receiving end. So hopefully Henderson and the offense can figure it out, and same with Krajewski and their offense and both defenses. I mean, it's just hopefully teams just play well and it's a good game. And someone deserves to walk away with a win that's well-deserved and not just kind of handed to them.
Yeah. And this is one of those games that we would be very excited about if there were some additional teams to be able to mix and match with these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said,
this will be fun. This will be fun because people are going to be fighting for that first win. We're going to see some pride out there. Because, I've said it before, especially for Prague, you want to talk about a team that no matter how bad they're getting their ass beat, they are always going to fight back. It is the Prague Lions. And so, I do see some of that in Tyrol too. And so, I think that both of these clubs are going to, it should be a good game. It should be a good game.
Should be a good game.
How would you feel, Danny, if it was not a good game?
I think you might have missed it when we walked away, but it will be bad for the league.
Yeah.
If your bottom two teams are not even remotely competitive to each other.
Yeah.
Because then you don't just have a gap of 3, you have a gap of 5.
Yeah.
You have your top 2, your middle 2, your 4th, and your 5th.
Yeah.
Or gap of 4, I guess.
And also, it's just hard for, you're trying to grow a product, and to grow a product, it needs to be fun and good. And if you're wanting, especially in an area like Czechia where they don't have the same type of football presence as Germany, and you're trying to get people into the sport.
If Czechia can come out and beat Austria, probably second, third biggest football country behind?
I think more people would be willing to jump on the bandwagon.
Prague can come out and have a kind of a statement. Give me Prague.
What do you think the final score is going to be of this game? We differed on this one, right?
No, we were the same on this.
I'm trying to see where yours are.
They have not played each other before, so we have no idea of how they play each other. Oh, no, you and Tanner did go different. You said Prague, Tanner said Tyrol.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be a low-scoring game with the rushing attack for both teams. Because, I mean, if the Raiders should play like the Raiders do, run the damn ball, you have three running backs.
Yeah.
It should be a very low-scoring game. Give me like 21-17.
21-17.
Tyrol.
Okay. Part of the reason why I picked Prague was, we have seen if we had Willie Patterson on one of these better teams, we would be putting Willie Patterson in, offensive player of the year type of categories.
Bow conversation.
Yeah, exactly. In bow conversations, because he's been playing his ass off all season. And I just, based on what I've seen, I don't have any faith in Tyrol's defense. I think that he's actually going to score quite a bit of points, but I also think that Prague's defense is going to struggle with the three-headed monster at running back. I think this might actually be a higher scoring affair, which is, even with the rush attack, I'm going to go 35-31 Prague.
Wow. You're going to give both of them half of their total scoring in one game.
Yep, I sure am.
Hey, I rolled it once already. They scored 30
in full confidence.
That's fair. And then the game of the week, which really sucks. I wish I was back over on the East Coast like I was basically the last month. It's at 5 a.m. our time.
Yeah.
Game of the week, game of the year so far. So it should be. Nordic traveling down to Munich. Munich off of a bye week. Prague, Nordic off of an absolute.
Nordic felt like it was off of a bye week.
Let us hear your thoughts. Just overall.
Overall, yeah, this is going to honestly, if Prague to roll isn't that close of a game, so be it. To me, this is a bigger deal if this is a blowout game. If this is a blowout game, I'm going to be upset. And I am picking Munich, but I will say that if it is a blowout, the blowout is going to be Nordic blowing them out, if there were to be a blowout. But I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a close game. In my brain, I don't know, last week with what Nordic did to Paris, man, I'm really starting. And I know that Paris is on a down year, but Nordic is disgusting. I'm still going to pick Munich, though. I don't know. I got to keep things spicy around here. Nordic has too many friends on the pod. What are you talking about? I need some nasty DMs. Shout out to the owners. Send some shit my way. I don't care.
Michael,
who
Randy,
you are.
just start talking shit.
Jadrian, maybe this is the fuel you need, European Tom Brady, to go off and go, because I could see him being that kind of guy that's like,
nobody from FG.
Yeah, nobody from this pod. And then proceeds to be super nice in the interview afterwards because he spent too much time out in Utah. I could so see something like that. Real Tom Brady like. Real Tom Brady like. So yeah, I am picking Munich in this one though, especially since the game is in Munich. Munich's their crowd's has really been doing some things this year, and I think that'll just get the guys juiced. I think that they're just going to come out just firing, just all cylinders. And I think that Munich, the idea is to punch them in the mouth because they have the ability to, if they do that and do it quickly, which, we've seen them jump on teams very quickly, they can just ride it out.
If I'm Nordic, if you win the toss, take the ball first, just go score.
Yeah, honestly,
really out of that stadium as fast as possible.
Yeah, that's fair. It really might come down to who gets ball first and last, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Either you jump on them quickly or because of the timing of quarters and whatnot, you have the ball last. It could be something like that.
What's that Stephen A? I don't even know if it's Stephen A. Smith, but he's like, I don't care if we're playing in Munich or in Nordic or in Germany or on the moon or whatever. Give me Nordic by 50.
Are you taking Nordic by 50? No. What do you have the final score as?
Taking them by 10.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, not domination, but you're saying this is going to be a statement win.
How my brain's envisioning, I think they'll be like up by 3. Munich is going to have the ball. They'll get a stop, and then Nordic will just kind of get touchdown towards the end of the game with like a minute and a half left.
Mm-hmm.
And then Munich will try to just make a drive and then probably throw some weird interception. Gotcha. Seems to be how ELF or I'm going to just stick with ELF. ELF games tend to be.
There you go. Yeah, that's a respectable. That's a good way to put it. I honestly might give it the same score as the Prague game, a Prague Tyrol game, and say 35-31. Yeah, I don't know. If I've learned anything recently from the New York Knicks, sometimes the power of friendship can go a long way. And that happy-go-lucky kid out in Munich who is playing, real-life Madden out there and is just doing stupid shit, I'm going to go with the kid. I think it's time. I think that it's time for the league's Tom Brady to get a taste of his own medicine.
Do you think it's like the passing of the torch with Mahomes and Brady?
Yeah, exactly. This is a passing of the torch type of affair. And, I could always see a world where Jadra still comes back in like a championship game. It's like, nah, it's still me. But for today, for this weekend, I'm going with the kid.
The kid. Yeah, Nordic's probably going to let Munich have this one, just get their hopes up. Nordic's going to just demolish them week 13 and then come back in the finals and lay the nail in the coffin.
And what a beautiful storyline it would be.
Yeah, but give me what I say by 10.
Yeah, you said by 10. I said by 4.
34-24.
34-24. Okay. So you think that Nordic's defense is going to find some success against Munich offense?
Hey, I'm just saying Ludwig looks pretty good. I mean,
yeah, but give me just a second. I do want to take a look, see it.
3 of the top 5 tacklers in the league are Nordic players. Not one of them are Munich players. Just saying. The highest rated Munich tackler is at 19th. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's because they play good team ball. They're not out here playing ISO Luca ball, bro. What you mean?
Ludwig has 30. Hugo has 29. Glenna has 24. Maceo Beard has 18. Mitch Fettig has 16. So what do you mean, brother?
Dog, all I'm saying is they have scored almost as many points in one less game. This offense goes crazy. This
offense doesn't
this offense is stupid. Yeah. I don't know, man.
They haven't played a good defense yet, so.
I mean, just the fact that we're even able to have a discussion, a debate, if you will, about the game.
It's the first time we've disagreed. Both.
I know. Literally all
season. Both games. This is exciting. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it does suck that this is the 5 a.m. game. That is staring me right in the face right now.
Dope.
Yeah.
Well, final words?
Yeah. No, I think that's pretty much it. I'm excited. I will wake up maybe not at 5, but maybe by like 6 and catch the end of the first half and then watch the second half.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's still a competitive game whenever I do that.
Hopefully.
Yeah. But any final thoughts from you, my friend?
Nope. Let's have a good week. And
let's have a good week.
I'm just curious. We talked a little bit about the other league this week already. So let's see what games do they have coming up next week.
Sure.
In week 6.
Danny said it hasn't been an hour yet. He said, I am guaranteed an hour of showtime every week.
Yeah, no, it's going to be bad. Ryan against Alpine, Panthers against Ferenzi.
Okay, yeah, I'm wrapping up the show, big dog. I'm sorry. Thanks so much for listening, everyone. As always, you can follow us on social media. We are at @4thdown_pod on Twitter and at @4thdownfiasco on TikTok and Instagram. This has been Danny and Jordan saying so long, and we will see you next week.
Peace.
Hugs and kisses.